So I am setting up a, I guess, fitness journal, wellness journal. I'm trying to document an entire year. I don't know if it'll fit in here, as this is something really new that I'm going to do. I've never done this before, so I'm using the bullet journal. This is, I think, the edition 1. They do have a second edition, but this one has 240 pages. So this is just a preliminary setup. I haven't done anything yet. I've just made notes of what I want to do, so I'm just going to give like a quick overview of what my plans are. So my index will stay my index. I'm going to do a grid spacing guide just for reference. I think the second edition has that in the front, which I kind of like, so I'm just going to kind of do the same thing here. I'm leaving these pages blank because I'm not using it as a future log, I don't think. I just haven't decided what to put there yet. Doing a cover page here, maybe some inspirational quotes or some pictures. These pages I'm going to use as my why, so I'm going to do like a mind mapping type of ordeal, where you put my why here and then you draw lines out of the reasons why I'm doing this, or just like a reference page to come back to on my hard days. I'm also going to have backup plans on the hard days, or just reminders, like, you know, when I'm craving something, put a reminder here about like it's going to be hard, you just have to push through, suck it up, you know, little things like that, just so that I can go back to it, because that happens a lot. This is not my first rodeo with a diet. So next is going to be a schedule breakdown for the entire year. So my schedule is basically going to be like October to September. I'm not sure if anyone else does this, but I use an old bullet journal from like 2019. And basically I wrote out kind of what I want the calendar to look like. I also did a pen test because I want to highlight when my cuts are, when my maintenance periods are. I don't think I'm going to do a mass. I don't think I am, but so basically the calendar that I'm trying to mimic, this is a yearly calendar template from Excel, and I want to be able to highlight, you know, and dot, because I do have a guide here. So my green means a cut, maintenance, true maintenance is blue, light maintenance with some cheats, you know, I have some guidelines, and then special occasions where I have no rules, and then just the circle means like mostly good. So I want to document or highlight the calendar that I write in this bullet journal. So, and then this next page right here is going to be like important dates. So this is going to kind of be like a future log type of deal. So anything, like I just wrote some things down, like during the fall, I love like some of the stuff that comes out in Trader Joe's, like their pumpkin stuff. I have some fitness things that I need to remember, you know, during the summertime. Do I really want to be on a cut during that time, or should it be maintenance? Holidays, birthdays, etc. So I just put a list here just so that I have it on this side so I can reference it to this side. I don't think I'm going to fill this out ahead of time unless I know for sure like what my schedule is. So right now I kind of know what I'm going to do until the end of the year, but I don't quite know what the beginning of 2023 has yet, so I really haven't like filled that out yet. But anyway, so then I'm going to put my measurements here. I do have another book that I keep that has all my measurements in it, and I've kept it over the years, which it really works, but I thought that if I want to track my fitness journey, that I should try and put it in this journal. So right now, let me just show you really quick. I have something like this, which just shows all my measurements over the years. It's very sporadic. There's no rhyme or reason to when I measure. But this is something that I'm going to put on in there to keep track of for this entire year. My next pages, I want to do a monthly photo and also like document like my wins and maybe some failures that I've had and what I can do next month to overcome that. And I was only going to do 4 pages, but I want to print it on this like zinc Polaroid paper. And so I thought that I would do like 2 per page, and so that's going to push me out, let's see, 1 2 3 4 7 8 9 10 11 12. So, and then I left 2 pages maybe just for like my final pictures at the end of this entire year, and maybe put some thoughts there. And then I'm going to start my October calendar. So I kind of outlined a little bit of what I want it to look like. This is really rough. Helen from Coffee Monsters Co. I was going back through some of her videos when she set up a bullet journal, and she had a layout that kind of looked like this, and I thought it was kind of cute. What I'm thinking about doing is maybe putting like a tracker on the bottom. I think I'm going to use an intermittent fasting tracker. I find that when I intermittent fast, I've had the most success as far as like in a cut. So I think I'm going to track how many hours I do that, and then maybe here just put some like random thoughts, or I haven't quite decided what I'm going to put on this side, but I just want to keep a monthly calendar, you know, maybe mark some days off and put little things. I haven't decided quite what I'm going to do there. And then, then I was thinking about doing like, I've seen a lot of people do this where they put the day of the week and then the actual date for the entire month. I think that's what the future log a lot looks like in bullet journals. So thinking about maybe doing that, because I do want to track my cycle, or maybe I'll just put like one win for the day, like, you know, made it until whatever time. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then I'm going to start my daily pages. So I do want to write every day, you know, just like starving right now, and maybe the time. I find that when I write things, it gets out of my head, and I have it on paper, and then I can like self-talk to myself on this and just documenting it. So that's why I don't know if I'm going to make it the entire year in this journal, but we're going to try. Maybe I can split this up into 2 pages, but this is just going to be, you know, it may change every month. But anyways, so that's kind of like what I plan on, or how I plan on setting it up. So let's go ahead and set it up. I started with the grid spacing guide, and what I soon realized is that the future log does not have as many boxes as the regular pages of the journal. So right off the bat, I made a huge mistake. What I'm going to do is maybe put some washi tape or a sticker over the front part of that, because that page is pretty much useless to me. So my grid spacing guide is pretty simple. I know that the bullet journal 2 has a lot more spacing parameters, so what I'm going to do is maybe add a little bit more to it, but for now, just for the setup for this first part, I just did like a quick setup just with the half and then the total number of boxes on the top and bottom. Then we move on to the monthly. Now this took me a really long time. I had to take a break in the middle of this, but I love the way that it turned out, but it was very time consuming. Okay, well, that was actually quite relaxing. Hopefully you're not asleep, but we are going to move on to the monthly section. So, like I mentioned before, this was the layout that the Comfy Monsters Co. did. And what I like about it is that it is freehand. I didn't have to pop up my ruler for every single line. It's okay if it's not straight. And the lines actually, some of them, if you look close enough, some of the lines are directly on the dots and some of them are in between the lines. So this is actually also a fun setup for me. And so here's more music. Here's what I've completed so far. My grid spacing guide, my correct one, my incorrect one is here. I still haven't covered it up yet. My calendar, I am quite happy with this setup. I love how it turned out. If you look closely, I have written in pencil here my tentative cuts, and I didn't want to highlight it yet because I don't want to mess this up. If I'm gonna mark this up, I want to make sure that it's correct. So I may wait until the week is completed before I highlight it. I didn't do this page yet. I'm still working on that. Next would be, oh, my monthly page. So I love how this turned out as well. I put these little things on here just to maybe put some quotes in there, motivational quotes for the first month. I haven't quite decided what I was going to put here. I think I might just do some like monthly thoughts. We only have a few more weeks left. To mark off the days, I usually like mark a line through the day, but since I didn't want to do that, so I just put a little check mark here and what day I'm on. And so that's going to kind of correlate with my my daily, because on my dailies I've been putting like day 1, day 2, just because I've done that in the past, and when I'm in deep, day 40, it's good to have momentum just to see. But when you first start out, it kind of sucks because you're like, it's day 2 of 365, it's day 4 of 365, but you just got to see the course. You got to just keep going. This looks very plain. I haven't put the month yet, which is fine, but here I just put like wins, or like on Friday I broke the 18-hour fast. I didn't make it quite I made it to 16 hours, which isn't bad, but still. Yesterday I had some burgers and fries and some cookies. I also had some today, so I'm gonna have to put that in there. But overall, this has turned out really well. I also have been putting on here what pen I've been using, and the reason being is because my handwriting just looks different with each type of pen, and so it was just for reference that I wanted to keep track. I think I may end up either highlighting or indicating like the day, because it looks like it just all kind of meshes together, but that's something that I may do this week. I also just put a reminder. I just do these little notes, which is, it might be silly, but I remind myself that I can change the format if I want. It doesn't have to be perfect. Because sometimes once I have a format, I feel like I can't deviate from it, but you can. It's not a big deal. You know, it's your journal. Do whatever you want. So anyways, that is my journal setup, and I hope you guys enjoy that.